Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and now we're going to take the drive out. I'm going to show you how to remove the drive from your Tyros keyboard, and I'm working on the Tyros 2. So we're going to turn it around and make sure that you have the power plugged out and everything plugged out, and make sure that you let your keyboard settle for a while so that all the static and everything has gone out of it. And then you need to put your board down on maybe towels. I'm using this stuff here that we use to protect equipment when we're fixing it in computers and stuff. This is like a foamy sort of stuff. And we'll put something down to protect the front of your keyboard here. So I'm using that to protect my keyboard. So let's just move that USB a bit. So let me see now if I get a good view on this here now for you. So here we are on the back of the Tyros. Now what we're interested in is over here. I might move this another bit. There's a plate on here. The hard drive sits inside in here, and you need to remove 4 screws. I've got one of these kits here. It's not necessary at all now, but it's just what I have, and you need a Phillips head screwdriver or something like this. It needs to be the right size, and because you don't want to retread the screws that's on. So the crosshead screws. So we're going to take off the plate here first. So keep a hold of the screws while you're taking them off, and make sure that they don't fall into the keyboard anywhere, because you don't want to be fishing them out. And of course, don't lose them, because we will need to fit the hard drive, a new hard drive, back in. Right, so remove the 4 screws, and then we need to lift the face plate here, like that. So just leave that there to one side. And now in here you've got your hard drive, and it sits in this sort of a caddy here that's holding it in place. And there's one screw here on the top, this side here you'll see, and it's holding the hard drive in, and the hard drive is connected with all the pins along here on this surface here. So we're going to remove this screw again, holding on to it and making sure you don't want it falling inside in here, and where you have to be trying to fish it out. That's the last thing you want, because I've done a lot of fishing in my day, but fishing for screws in keyboards is not something you want to be at. Trust me, I've had my share of it. You have to slide the hard drive now down in that direction. So I'm just going to sit this just there behind it, just to keep it from getting too much of a bang. And then we just push gently on it, and there it goes. And then you're going to just remove it out. Now it's sitting here in this steel caddy thing that's holding it together. And so here it is. We're going to take a look at this, see what it is. It appears to be an 80 gig hard drive. That's kind of normal enough for putting those, and it's the one with all the pins here on it, as you can see. So it's an IDE drive, one of the old drives. It's got the spinning disc inside, and you've got your laser pin that goes back and over, and it puts the laser beam on. So any sudden movement or any movement while this is running can cause it to crash. So just like a computer. So it's not the best thing to have in a keyboard, but that's what we're stuck with. Now there's 4 screws here holding this on the plate, so we're going to remove them off next, and make sure you don't lose them either, because we will need them to put this back on again afterwards. So 4 of them there, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them there, and then now this is our hard drive. So it's like a laptop hard drive, and it's the IDE hard drive with all the pins. And you need to make sure if you're buying one of these that you buy the right drive. Now the other thing is, if you're buying a drive for this, the Tyros, as far as I know, from what I've read and from what I know, it'll only take 127 gigs maximum. So you need to be looking for a hard drive up to 120 gigs, but I wouldn't go above 120 gigs. 80 gigs was kind of a norm of what was putting them that time. But they will take, I believe, up to 127 gigs. So anything up to 120 gigs should be fine in it, but don't go above that. If you buy a drive above that, more than likely it won't recognise it and it won't work. So that's just a tip there on buying your drive. That's my little video for today, and I wish you all the best of luck out there, and keep playing music. Bye.